I've come across some people in my life that I knew that were good people once upon a time. But you can tell when they get in a pinch sometimes because they start acting a little desperate. Let me give you a scenario. Once upon a time, I knew somebody back in high school and we dated for a little while. And then we went our separate ways. Many, many years later, we reconnected and we realized there was a little bit of fire still left and we decided to get back together again. Well, the funny thing about having relationships and getting back together with that person, yeah, you take that trip down memory lane and everything is all good and nice and you're having these warm and fuzzy feelings and you feel like, you're still attracted to that person somewhat, especially now they're older and they've gotten a little more seasoned. Well, that sometimes can backfire because, see, you forgot about the reason why y'all split up too. You're thinking, okay, well, maybe their attitude changed, or maybe your attitude changed. But you'd be surprised how many people that you knew 20, 30, 40 years ago, their attitude is just as rotten as it was before, and it's worse because they're older. That means they've been rotten all this time. So your heart gets broken all over again because this person has brought in their teenage ways into a 40 or 50-year-old person. And they're standing in front of you acting like a teenager. That's even worse. When y'all were teenagers, you were teenagers. At least there was an excuse for that. But it's even worse when you see them acting the same way and they're 40, 50 years old. It's a sad and pathetic thing. And it's an instant turn off. But hey, we all have to kind of go through the little bumpy road of romance and make sure that we're able to try to navigate. We always want to hope that things can happen. Maybe you could rekindle things thinking, well, I have a little bit more wisdom now. Maybe things will work out. And in some cases, they do work out. They work out better than they were before. But sometimes it's a nightmare. You got to be careful about the character that you're dealing with. Sometimes you got to let a memory be a memory. Take the trip down memory lane if you get together for a cup of coffee. But sometimes you got to leave it at that. Because if the breakup was not pretty, that trip to memory lane is going to wind up at the end. And you're going to think about why you broke up. And that's where all them negative feelings are going to come in. And that cup of coffee is not going to taste so good. Just saying.